Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, Bartica's Golden Beach Development Project commissioned. Guyanese urged to focus on the positive benefits of the oil and gas sector. And a biodiversity garden is being developed. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
We begin today's InfoHub with a report from Tiffany Rogers, who was in Bartica over the Easter weekend for the regatta festivities, where President David Granger commissioned the Golden Beach Development Project.
Mayor Gifford Marshall said the project is part of Bartica's Green Town initiative.
All the lights are powered by PV panels, and of course the entire design and the architectural work incorporates our green policies and where we're going in the future. So this serves as a model not only for other towns, but for other parts within this township of Bartica.
The project costs some $40 million and includes a boardwalk with stalls and seating overlooking the Golden Avenue Beach, which is located at 3rd Avenue, Bartica. President David Granger commended the township for their clean and green initiative at the opening of the regatta powerboat events on Sunday.
Mayor Marshall and his deputy Kamal set out to make Bartica a clean, green and safe town, and they are well on the way to achieving that objective. This is a model, and I wish that every other town, at Mabaruma, at Lethem, at Madia, New Amsterdam, Linden, all of the towns, all of the capital towns in Guyana should emulate this example.
Mayor Marshall said the town council will be expanding the Golden Beach Development Project in the coming years. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
The Ministry of Natural Resources has issued a statement calling on all media outlets to engage in professional journalism and ensure that information provided is verified before being made public. This was expressed in response to an article in today's edition of the Stabroek News titled Nandlal Flays Trotman's Statement on Impromptu Inspections of ExxonMobil. The statement noted that ExxonMobil, Ratio, CGX, On Energy, Nabi Oil and Gas Incorporated, Tullow and Eco Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic and Repsol all have these provisions at Article 9, which specifically requires a 7-day notice period. Further, it noted that the above-mentioned contracts, with the exception of the ExxonMobil agreement, were signed by the former PPP regime, while Anil Nandlal was the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs and Principal Legal Advisor to the PPP government. The ministry has described the comments in the article as bizarre and duplicitous and questions why Nandlal did not advise against the inclusion of the provisions if there was an issue with these requirements. Guyanese are being urged to ignore the doom and gloom reports being peddled about the oil and gas sector. This was expressed by Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin, who is advising that persons focus on the positive benefits this evolving industry will bring to the country. Seneca Thorne tells us more.
There's a lot of doom and gloom about what Guyana isn't getting, but the truth is what Guyana is getting is what we should be focused on. And that is why I've been making a lot of comments recently against those who seem bent on killing the spirit of the people of this country or killing the hopes of the people of this country when it comes to oil and gas.
He said that Guyana's oil and gas wealth is so vast that it can help the country to transform those other industries that need a boost.
Government revenues will increase considerably once oil starts to flow. And it's not that we're sitting back and waiting for that to happen. There are other things that are happening, but the oil and gas development is so big And it will make such an impact that we cannot ignore that impact, and we cannot not prepare ourselves for it. It will transform our economy, and we, the people of Guyana, who own the oil and who own all the other natural resources, need to find a way to benefit from those developments.
Minister Gaskin explained that the revenues Guyana will receive in terms of the size of the population per capita are among the highest in the world. He warned that it is extremely important that Guyanese approach the issue with a positive mindset, knowing that better is to come and realizing that they are the beneficiaries of what lies ahead. Seneca Thorne for Info Hub.
Minister of Social Protection Anna Ali on Saturday evening received the International Leadership Award for her dedication and sterling advocacy for women's rights and human rights. The award gala was hosted by the United Bridge Builders Mission Incorporated at the Guyana Marriott Hotel. Crystal Stahl was there and filed this report.
I am happy that the work that I have been doing for the advocacy of women's rights has been recognized by the UBBM.
Minister Ali noted the award has encouraged her to continue serving members of the public, in particular women. She said the award is a significant honor, especially in view of the fact that the organization is involved in the fight for women's rights as well.
I'm happy more so for the organization and the kind of work that they are doing, not only for women's rights, but for suicide, for HIV/AIDS, and as we know, it's a non-profit organization, and I believe that the work that they have been doing has been a good.
Minister Ali assured that her ministry will continue to work assiduously to establish gender equality across Guyana. She added this will only be accomplished through collaboration and called for further partnering of organizations and the Ministry of Social Protection to achieve this goal. Earlier this month, Minister Ali represented the CARICOM region at the United Nations 62nd session of the Commission of the Status of Women. Crystal Stahl for Info Hub.
The Protected Areas Commission has begun developing a biodiversity garden on the eastern section of the Botanical Gardens, as over the years it has been raising awareness about the proper care of the environment. Info Hub spoke with the Deputy Commissioner Odesi Davis. More in this Alexis Rodney report.
For most persons who would frequent this location, or or even driving around, it may appear as if it's just bush, but it's actually representation of different types of forests. So what we're envisioning is for schools, for students, for institutions, for the ordinary man or family to be able to come into the botanical gardens and see what a wetland ecosystem would look like.
The Deputy Commissioner said the area is an ecosystem that supports many animals and species and will be a unique landmark in the heart of the capital city.
This is not very common in many places. And so what we want to do is encourage every Guyanese to really embrace what we have here in the botanical gardens. We have at least over 180 species of birds. In the gardens, we have sloths here, we have caimans in the canals. This is really an ecosystem that supports many animals and many species.
Davis says the biodiversity garden will also serve as an educational tool.
As part of this plan, what we will be establishing are teaching benabs. As you can see straight ahead of me, the construction has started, so we'll have at least 3 benabs. We can have students from the university, from schools. It's going to be a well-planned tour. They can sit there. You can teach concepts on conservation and environment, and they will go through the entire biodiversity gardens.
With these plans, the Protected Areas Commission is fulfilling its mandate to manage, maintain, promote, and expand the National Protected Areas system in Guyana. Alexis Rodney for Info Hub.
While the Rupununi Rodeo in Lethem has become a fixture on the Easter calendar of events, also providing an impressive lineup of exhilarating experiences is the Sand Creek Rodeo. Let's hear more from Renetta LaFleur, who was there over the weekend.
What started as a simple cow riding activity has blossomed into the much-anticipated Sand Creek Rodeo. This flagship event is usually held after the mega Rupununi Rodeo at Lethem and similarly attracts visitors from across Guyana and other countries. At the opening of the rodeo on Monday at the E. Andrew Rodeo Ground, Region 9's Chairman Brian Allicock said plans are underway to incorporate the event in the region's development plans.
It will be an annual event after the main rodeo in Latham, but yet we are developing a plan of action for the region, and this would be part of the whole development within the regional structure.
Bareback bronco, bull riding, and line dancing were just some of the activities the audience was entertained with. Chairman of the Sand Creek Rodeo Committee, Francisco Gomes, said major improvements are imminent.
What we're going to focus on now is improving the stalls, so you can have proper stalls, city accommodation. We want to build a benab right here. We can have the dance floor, the main sitting area. We'd like to also extend our pavilion. We have a pavilion with seats but no roof, so that we'd like to work on in the future.
Residents and visitors lauded the event as major attraction and one worth witnessing.
Being from somewhere like Scotland, it's not like America where you have rodeos. I'd literally never been to a rodeo in my life, so come here, it's really cool to see kind of where rodeos began and stuff. And man, some of these people are really crazy, but it's really, really enjoyable.
Today, I was surprised to see a lot of vehicles bus, bikes, and a lot of strange faces. Well, that we're looking forward to every year, and in the activities were they're adding a couple more, which it wasn't like that before.
From the Sand Creek Rodeo, this is Renetta LaFleur reporting for InfoHub.
We wrap up today's InfoHub with a report from Letitia Isaacs, who gives us a glimpse of the Easter weekend celebrations, which were filled with long-lasting memories for many persons who were out and about.
From the Georgetown coast to the Quarantine to the Rupununi West to Bartica, there were activities for all. In Latham, patrons at the Rupununi Ranchers Rodeo were treated to cow milking, calf and sheep roping, bronco busting, bull riding, and line dancing. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Sidney Allicock, spoke of the importance of promoting such an annual event.
I'd like to also assure you that the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs will continue to support the activity because we believe in it. The government will give you the support.
There's no other place in the world that does things like this. I mean, there are in Brazil, but this is unique because it's, remote. The aura of it, it's like 100 years old aura.
The Bartica Easter Regatta featured a variety of water sport competitions, including powerboat racing, jet skiing, and canoe racing. This year's regatta was considered one of the biggest in recent times.
We've seen a vast increase in the persons attending regatta this year. As a matter of fact, a boat cruise is on its way. It will be here shortly with 1,400 persons. So the hype, of course, is there, and this is turning out to be one of the biggest regattas we've ever had. And like I said, it bears fruit that once we work together, right, we will get great success, and that's what we have to continue to do in the future.
Despite the inclement weather on the coast, spirits were high and kites winged their way into the skies over the long holiday weekend. On Easter Monday, scores of persons lined the number 63 beach, Jovera Park, National Park, and the seawalls.
It's exciting to come on the beach on Easter Monday because it's a good reason. Christ is risen, and he's risen indeed.
We're enjoying it in spite of the rainy weather, so to speak.
Although traditionally a Christian holiday, Easter in Guyana is steeped in rich traditional practices and is celebrated by all. For InfoHub, Letitia Isaacs.
Thanks for watching, and remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.